Hello, I'm Martin Savage. These stories topping the news this hour. It is a major milestone for gay rights that's infuriating some conservatives. The Justice Department's decision to recognize same-sex marriages and the backlash just ahead. And it's one of the busiest days of the Winter Games. 8 gold medals up for grabs. We'll tell you who grabbed them and which frontrunner didn't quite make it. And missing in Mexico, an American man takes an adventure south of the border, then vanishes after sending an ominous text. That baffling case this hour. Hello, everyone. I'm Martin Savage. Good to be with you. Starting tomorrow, same-sex marriage will get new recognition under federal law, even in states where it isn't legal. Attorney General Eric Holder made that announcement at the Human Rights Campaign Gala last night. Now, if a couple gets legally married and they live in a state where same-sex marriage is not legal, they will get the same rights in federal legal matters. It affects things like bankruptcy filings, federal prison visits, and the legal right to refuse to testify against your spouse. Holder compared the move to another major civil rights milestone.
Just as was true during the civil rights movement of the 1960s, the stakes involved in this generation's struggle for LGBT equality could not be higher. Then, as now, nothing less than our country's founding commitment to the notion of equal protection under the law was at stake. And so the Justice Department's role in confronting discrimination must be as aggressive today as it was in Robert Kennedy's time.
Same-sex marriage opponents are furious. They say that this step undermines states' authority. I'm joined now by criminal defense and constitutional attorney Pate. And let me welcome you, first of all.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Great to be here.
What's the impact going to be? How significant is this?
Well, I think the message is very significant, but I think the practical impact, though, is fairly insignificant. This is only going to apply in federal court or something that the Department of Justice has jurisdiction over, like the Bureau of Prisons. It is not going to affect proceedings in state court. It is not going to affect the type of benefits or rights as a contractor that I think a lot of people wanted. So the message is important, but the practical impact I don't think is that significant.
And when we talk about possible pushback that may come, especially from some states, where would you expect?
Well, certainly those states that have passed constitutional amendments like Georgia, which do not recognize same-sex marriages. I think we may also see something from within the Justice Department. The National Association of Assistant United States Attorneys has recently pushed back against the Eric Holder proposals to change the sentencing laws, to do away with mandatory minimum sentencing, or at least not push it as much. So we may see some internal dispute over this particular proposal.
And why now? Why do you think this particular action was taken right here?
Well, legally, it's significant because last year, the United States Supreme Court in the Windsor case finally held that it is unconstitutional to not recognize same-sex marriages for purposes of federal benefits. So the Department of Justice and other parts of the administration, now they have a green light to go ahead and say, look, we can't wait on Congress necessarily to do everything, but we can do what's within our power to at least change things that we have control over.
All right, Pate. Appreciate the insight very much. Thank you.